welcome to my channel, which you can only subscribe to if you have gotten salmonella from eating raw cookie dough. But don't worry, Byeee will make an exception. Merry Christmas. Today was my attempt at making like a life-size, human-size, big XL gingerbread man. Without further ado, let's make a big old gingerbread man. So this is me showing sort of like the game plan that I established. I wanted to make this with as few steps as possible. I messed up. My initial plan, he was supposed to look like this. Somewhere in this, I flipped his legs around and ended up making him bow-legged. His feet should go out, you know, like feet, but they go in. It's not the first place I mess up, so let's just keep going. I've done a lot of baking, but I like doing it more for the artistic part of it. Like I used to make like some wacky cakes in high school for fun, but I like the art part, making it look cool. So I made a lot of, as the Pinterest moms say, a lot of doctored cake mix recipes, and that's what I was going to do here because I did not feel like making this much gingerbread from scratch because that's a lot of work. This is just me pretty much making the doctored gingerbread recipe I found online, which was just the actual cake mix plus some extra spices. You had to let the dough chill for like 2 hours before you could actually roll it out. I also made a point of slapping every piece of dough before I put it in the fridge. Rolling the stuff out was kind of harder than I expected, especially because I was kind of probably making it a bit too thin. I had to use a wine bottle so it had more weight to it so I could actually flatten it out. That wine bottle got so greasy afterwards. It was so gross. I wiped it down kind of, but there wasn't much saving it. Sorry for whoever opens it, aka my parents soon. The first one going in was the head, which is why I was left like a circle, you know, like a head. I baked all of them. That's my hand going in an oven. Cool. I ended up using like 4 cake mixes total. Most of it went pretty smoothly except for I was too lazy to get scissors, and yeah. Artsy shot of me taking it out of the oven. I was really concerned they were gonna stick. They ended up not sticking, thank God. Please enjoy the annoying way that I opened that die because I had a feeling I was going to end up using it all, so I didn't care how I opened it properly. So I kind of just stabbed it. And I did. I ended up using all of the food coloring. Please enjoy this shot of me struggling to use a spoon, then thinking, smart, let's switch to the spatula. And then, realizing I've been next to an electric mixer the whole time. You can see here the color difference between me using like half the bottle versus the full bottle, and it was pretty much nothing, so I kind of used the whole bottle for nothing. Please enjoy the really lovely way the gingerbread just cracks as I chip away at it. Delicious. Ooh. Yeah, so I rolled out everything else. I got a bit creative with the other pieces, so I was smart, and before putting the other stuff in the oven so I didn't have to hack away at it with a knife, I used the stencils to cut out the other pieces, and I thought, big brain moment, I took some extra tin foil and I kind of like made it into like a little wall and put it in between like a border so that when it baked, even if they touched, they wouldn't stick together. It actually did end up working really well. Oh. Then I made some accessories, some of which wouldn't be very YouTube appropriate. And see, so it actually worked really well. It ended up being like a perforated sort of like border and just broke so nicely. Then I put in the last 2 limbs, and I didn't need the extra dough, so I didn't even bother putting that in the oven. Same border, threw it in the oven. I made him a nice little hat, which does not have to be censored. So it's now midnight. This is taking longer than I thought, but the head is in the oven. I have the rest of my pieces assembled. I kind of burnt his legs. I think it's because the 2 different cake batters were slightly different thicknesses, so they needed different times. Doesn't matter, we're gonna move on to the next step. I'm gonna put tinfoil down on the table to be sort of like his baking sheet. So I'm gonna lay down the pieces that I have while I wait for his head to finish baking. So these are his burnt legs. You know, they don't even look that bad on camera. They're just like a little burnt. Or a lot burnt, it's fine. Also, like, feel free to ignore that. I don't even know what happened. I looked away for 2 seconds and it broke. So this was my attempt at fixing it for now. So when you turn it around, is when you see how burnt this one is. Nice. That's good. It's great. It's fantastic, actually. Maybe we give him pants? I don't know. So I did his outline, and I'm gonna give him some pants. You know, I gotta cover the burn. Cover the burn with some pants. In the background, you might hear the wind gustling and the sound of tinfoil. Those are his burnt accessories. Fun fact, in the winter, I cool all my baking things outdoors, and once I burned a hole through the barbecue cover. Okay, update, his accessories have cooled. What we've got is thumbs, which don't really fit, that's nice. Burnt thumb, burnt other thumb, doesn't even match. For when his head arrives. Also, so this is for the Gingerbread Man's OnlyFans. This exclusive content, so if you want to see him up close and personal, subscribe to his OnlyFans and then you get to see everything. Okay, coming in with the white frosting. Just the contrast of the white frosting versus the very burnt gingerbread man is kind of nice. Fun fact, seeing how bow-legged this gingerbread man is making me very uncomfortable and making me kind of mad at myself for not remembering that feet point outwards. Outwards! Don't mind me, just waiting for this gingerbread man to cool at 1 a.m. Fun fact, I swear this gingerbread man looked less terrifying in person. Kind of. It's time to measure him. He is 44 inches, which makes him almost 4 foot tall. I swear when I did the math, he's gonna be like 4 foot and something, but after seeing how badly I burnt many things more than once, it's not shocking that my math was off. So he's about 4 foot tall. We're gonna round up. This is 4 feet of pure gingerbread man. My friend said that if I ended up making him 6 foot tall, she'd ask if there was a Miss Gingerbread Man. He came up a little short. That's okay. This is him. So this is a really good angle. Can you see on my face that it's 1 a.m. and that I've been making a gingerbread man for 4 hours? Fun fact, yes. I think this is probably the best angle to finally take a bite of this thing before bed. Not bad, but also like not that great. He may not be 4 foot tall, but he's tall where it matters. Fun fact, even 2 a.m. Meghan knew that that joke sucked and made no sense. Okay, I give up now. I ended up putting all the burnt bits in the green bin and have been actually genuinely slowly working my way through the non-burnt bits. I feel bad wasting food. If anyone wants to criticize me for rounding up and saying that he's 4 foot tall, I would just like to say that he's 42 inches and these are some roller coasters that he is legally allowed to ride. Looking at a Six Flags thing, he can ride the Canyon Blaster. In fact, he is 6 inches taller than what you need to be to ride the Canyon Blaster. If someone 18 years or older drives with him, he can go on the Cyclone 500. As long as he doesn't weigh 400 pounds, he is allowed on the Elma Fudd's weather balloons, and he can even ride on the Foghorn Railway without an adult. So there's that. I think that's enough proof that he is human-sized and that I made a big old gingerbread man. I don't really know why I was so invested on the whole circles thing. Maybe next year I'll aim higher, make a taller gingerbread man, make him a little less creepily shaped. I can't wait to be eating mediocre tasting gingerbread man until New Year's. Okay, bye.